Hello.
How's it going?
Welcome. Going well. Welcome to the call. We're just getting started with the live stream as well.
Excellent.
And here we go. Hey, Jack, can you make sure we're actually live, and
Yep, I'll check it right now.
we're good to go. So welcome. Oh, hey, Will, how are you?
Good.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the call. So for everyone who's tuning in our Facebook group or our Facebook pages or profiles across the internet, if you want to join this call, it's a group mastermind we do every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. PST. And the way you get in on it is A, you have to be a HelloWoofy customer, and B, you have to go to HelloWoofy app.hellowoofy.com, and on the home dashboard, you'll be able to see the link there to join this call and ask questions, seek help, seek mentorship, advice, whatever you need to moving your business to the next level. But usually, thanks so much, Alina and William, for joining in. We get a couple of more people joining in later on, but thank you so much for joining in. Usually, what we do is we go around in a circle and we ask, who you are, why you're so awesome, and what are some of the wins of the week you have, and how can we help you. So, Alina, I think you were here first, and then Will. Alina, can you come on camera and also tell us a little bit about your business, who you are? Alina, are you there? Can you hear us? All right, we'll go over to William while Alina's trying to fix her audio. William, go for it. I love the background, by the way. I'm a huge history nerd.
Well, shipping logistics, yes. I don't know, you want my awesomeness? Well, my mom used to say I was a treasure, and every time she did, my father would look for a shovel. So that's that.
Yep. There you go.
There you go. That's me. The other one was my father said there was two kinds of good for nothing and no good. I was an overachiever. I was both.
Okay. So what line of work are you in?
Obviously sales. But the point with that one is you make everything a positive. You make everything work for you. So
Always.
That's what the awesomeness come. Making things great.
Yeah, no, I always say, instead of saying the N word, I always say, is this positive or not positive?
Right.
Right. Instead of giving energy to any other word, and why would you do that anyways?
Sure.
Yeah. So what are some of the things you're running into this week that we can help you with collectively? And Ali, welcome to the call.
Well, I'm still playing with it a little bit. I was trying to figure out. I know you're working on all your integrations.
Mm-hmm.
And I got I was trying to set up.
We got a whole bunch of them coming.
Yeah. I was trying to set up I set up the LinkedIn and the Facebook, but then I added a LinkedIn group and I couldn't get that working because it was a private group. I don't know. On the LinkedIn, it wasn't giving me an option to add the HelloWoofy. But I had.
So let me help you out with that in a sec. Right. You see all these where it says check out integrations. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are the integrations that we currently have.
Right.
We just got the call today with our engineering team. This is under QA. This is under QA, quality assurance right now, testing. What else is coming out? But of Shopify, Wix is there too. Webflow will be developed pretty soon. Web Stories is coming out for WordPress as well. So, but you said you were having issues with your LinkedIn private group?
I was trying, right? So I set up the LinkedIn with had a page, and then I created a private group, and I couldn't get the I couldn't get it to connect.
Okay, so we don't support groups at the moment. We're looking into the APIs if they've updated that. But we only support the profile, which is fully automated. As you can see, I have my own profile here, and as well as pages below that you're connected to. Yeah.
Got it.
And so when you want to schedule, you'll be able to schedule to both at the same time. In fact, I do it all the time. In fact, I think I did it this morning. You just have to make sure you check off both of those. Where'd it go? Pinterest. Here we go. So I only have 2 turned on, although I'm an admin to more pages. I only have these 2 turned on. And then it'll post to these. Now, while we're on the topic, one of the things I love doing is when I do a single post, sometimes I really do want to, use it again. I'll just hit the save to library, pick a category, like let's say motivation, and then I can come back to it a month later, 2 weeks later. And so I don't have to redo everything that I just did to just get one post out the door.
I do have one more question.
Yeah, go for it.
Am I able to send it out to an email address? In other words, if I create something and I want to push it out to an email address.
Yeah, so roundabout way, we're almost done with MailChimp. We're just, polishing it up, putting some cherries on the top and sprinkles. And so right now what you're going to be able to do is through the journal, you'll be able to, it's a full-on editor, by the way, guys. And by the way, guys, if you're tuning in now, if you're looking at the live, click on your home dashboard, click on the networking call, the group mastermind call. It's a little black box. Click on that to join this call and ask questions like William and everyone else who's here. Not only can you get questions answered, you can get feedback, you get inspiration. This come on in, and you don't have to build your business by yourself. There's a community here. To answer your question, well, you can also have hyperlinks. You can take a word and add a link to it. H1 tags a full-on editor, and then once you upload, it'll give you the option to upload it to blogs right now, but then newsletters will be on the bottom, so you can actually send emails out too. So that is coming.
All right. It's not here yet. All right. So when it gets here, we'll figure it out.
Well, we're talking literally days right now. I mean, we're almost done with the integration. Just polishing it up right now. Yep. So what are some of the challenges you're running into besides that?
Hold on a second. Other than that, like I said, I'm still. Well, on the Discover, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm in shipping and logistics, and I'm trying to. There's not much. I guess maybe current. I was playing around with it, and one thing I can't tell is when these stories when they're from. There's no dates or anything on this, so
when they're from.
Yeah, when the story was originally published. Yeah, because if it's from a while back, if I go into where is it? If I go into new time or advanced, I think you can put in the most recent date.
Yeah, that's a good point. Hey Jack, can you put this internally, and let's try to get some dates on here too.
Right.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. See, that's why you love talking to customers. You guys are cool.
Right. So that's where I'm at now. The challenge is if I go into advanced content type, it's not going to give me.
So you're looking for shipping and logistics content, right? That's what you're
right.
Correct. So here's what I would do is go into Google and put in RSS shipping logistics, and usually it's FeedSpot. Yep, here we go, shipping and logistics. So you got 100 logistics RSS feeds and 60 shipping. So what these things are going to be are RSS feeds to other publishers. And by the way, guys, if you're tuning in and you're looking at this as an example, you can do the exact same thing what I just did for your business. So if you're in fashion, put in RSS fashion and you'll see FeedSpot or Feedly as an example. And all you have to do, Will, is just grab these RSS links here. Like this one's about shipping and e-commerce. Grab it, copy it, and go into your library, click on import content, and then click on import RSS, paste it in here, and choose a category. Let's just call it, shipping awesomeness as a category. And every, you can have it come out, grab content from the RSS feed every 24 hours. Since it's not my content, it's not your content, I would put it in pending so that it doesn't clog up my library with things that I may not want to post. And then import images and click save, and it'll automatically do all of that for you.
Got it.
So
okay.
you got 60 options here for shipping. You got 100 options here for logistics. You might want to take a look at their latest posts and take a look at if you like them or not. But by the way, this is, and also for everyone else, you want to make sure that eventually you have your own content that you drive traffic to your site, because you want to retarget, you want to build up your following. This is fine for the beginning, but I would say 5 to 10% of your content should be other people's content. 90%, 95% should be yours.
Right. So yeah, so I do have my own content, but I was looking at this to fill in, different days. And then also, like I'm writing content right now and putting it in Trello. Trello goes out as a daily email out to a certain group. And what I can do with that is I can I can email it. I have an email link and it'll go exactly where I want it to go. So I'm
Mhm.
assuming once the MailChimp is up and running, I could play around with that as well, where I could send it to a specific email address.
Yeah, so long as it's they're in your MailChimp account. Because we look at, they call it audiences. So what you'll be able to
Mhm.
do is, instead of choosing a page or a profile, you're going to be choosing an audience. And that audience is dependent on what you select in MailChimp itself.
Yeah. All right. So I said there's
Yeah.
a lot more to play around
Yeah.
with. I'm getting there.
All right. Well, let's move over. So it wasn't Eliza, it was Roman. Who came in with a different name. Alina, sorry. But Roman, go ahead and tell us a little bit about who you are, why you're awesome, what are some of the things you're running into, and how can we help?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Or afternoon.
Well, yeah, afternoon. Over here, it's morning. We're over here in the West Coast in Oregon.
Oregon.
And,
Okay, got it. I was gonna say, are
yeah.
you also in Cali? Because I've talked to so many California people and Floridians this week.
No, we're in located in Portland, Oregon.
Gotcha.
And Alina is on this call as well. I just noticed for some reason we both got on the call. We're both with the same company. And so right now I'm helping her with marketing, and so she's on the call as well. I think I just came in under Alina too. So there's
Got it.
both
So
of us.
change her
Yeah.
name to Alina now.
There you go.
Going through some multiple personalities here.
Yeah, so we're a janitorial, commercial janitorial and building maintenance company, and what we do is
so Roman, you don't have any dirty jokes then. Only clean jokes.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, spotless.
Got it.
only clean here.
So many friends of mine are gonna DM me and be like, "Stop with the dad humor."
What?
Yeah, I actually have a lot of those clean jokes.
Let's
Sure.
keep
They're
it
a lot
clean.
of fun.
Sure.
No, I have a lot of clean ones. A couple not so clean, but I have some that a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun.
We have to share those sometime.
Definitely.
Go
Right
ahead,
now, we got
Roman.
to focus on everybody's needs. We'll get to those
That's
later.
right.
Yes.
That's right. So I think what we've ran into a few times, Arjun and Alina, feel free to chime in, because we sit down and we've discussed this, and she'd mentioned that there was, because we had an event that was actually lined up, and so what we did is we wanted to post like 10 days to the event, 9 days to the event. So she set it up in the calendar.
Yeah.
To post like each day, and then it seemed like the post were posting at the wrong time, or it would double post. So we would have, I believe, like say if it was 6 days prior to the event, it was posting 4 days or 10 days to the event, but on the same day for some reason.
I'd be curious to see how the campaign was. This Alina? Was this a campaign you set up, or I'm assuming it was a campaign?
It was just individual posts that I did, and I just scheduled them. So, for instance, like you said, like we did kind of like an 8-day countdown sort of thing. So
Yeah, Alina, by the way, I'm having a hard time hearing you. I'm not sure about anyone else, but usually when we've seen that, and we don't hear about this that often anymore, was when you're in your account and your time zone is off. So that's one thing to keep in mind, is make sure your time zone's the same. If you're using any VPNs, please don't, because that also may mess up things. I would say check those two things, and then maybe it's just also confusion in terms of when you're selecting the drop down, because it does tell you the time zone here, but I'd be curious to see if you're, somehow it's getting messed up there. Again, Jack, let's take a look at their accounts. Alina or Roman, can you put your username, email in the chat box, and Jack will grab it. But yeah, we haven't heard about that issue in a very long time. Usually it was a time zone issue, but we'll look into it. But as far as double posting is concerned, what might happen sometimes is if you're getting a reminder, you may have clicked on the reminder twice. I've seen that happen from time to time. Where are you guys usually posting to, Roman or Alina? What types of accounts?
On LinkedIn, Instagram, and then Facebook and Twitter, depending.
Now, on Facebook, is it profile, page, or group?
It is a profile page.
Profile. Okay, so that's based on reminders, because Facebook doesn't allow for full automation, so you have to get the reminder, then it'll open up the Facebook app inside HelloWoofy. So it might be that somehow someone just hit it twice. But also send me the timestamp on that. So if you do see 2 different posts, send us a screenshot. Jack, you can reach out and help you out with that. But I want to see the timestamp on those 2 posts, because if it's the exact same, then there's an issue. But if it's a difference, it's just 2 reminders going out. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, a quick intro if for everyone who's tuning in and also who's here on the call. Jack is Jack of all trades. He is your person, who can help you out with any customer support, any questions you have and whatnot. He was actually a customer and he came through our funnels. And when I put a PSA out looking for help, he was one of the most adamant, persistent people around. So he's now our chief of staff. And so everyone say hello to Jack of all trades.
Hey, Jack.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, Jack, how's it going?
It's going great. Yeah, if you guys are go through the customer support tickets or schedule a call, it's me on the other end. So definitely looking forward to helping you guys fix your problems and get you guys situated.
Yeah, if you get nice emails or kind emails, it's from him. If you get emails from me and on not investing enough in your business or giving up on your business and whatnot, I'm gonna be hard on you. Or like,
I'm a little nicer.
You're worth it. You got to invest more, even if it means you got to upgrade. You got to invest more. I mean, you just got to go all in. So if you're getting emails that are not too nice, that's from me, because I want you guys to excel and do more with your business. All right, so let's keep going. Roman, were you taken care of, or did you have more to say? I want to make sure you're taken care of.
Yeah, I believe that was the major issue that we're having.
Okay.
Yeah,
Any wins? Any wins?
uh,
I mean, how was the conference, the event you were hosting?
I think it went very well. It was amazing. I think it turned out great. And
Sweet.
yeah, and HelloWoofy is definitely has been a great tool for us to use.
That means so much. Virtual hugs to you.
You're welcome. And thank you.
Yeah, I can be
for
nice
bringing
also,
this.
but yeah, you got to invest in yourself.
Right. And I don't know. I'd pass baton to Alina, see if there's 1 or 2 other things that you had that you wanted to fix, Alina, since we're
Alina, any challenges or any wins of the week or
Yeah, I do have one more. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah, well, a little bit, but I'll repeat it whatever I gather.
Okay, sounds good. So I did have one more. I did notice that sometimes when I save, I notice both to the drafts and as well to my library, and when I categorize them, sometimes I'll go back in a day later, maybe a week later, and it will simply just kind of be gone. And so sometimes I'll go back and find it in the rejected.
Okay, so having a very hard time hearing you, so I'm gonna repeat it if I can, otherwise type it in the chat box. So what ends up happening is so there are a couple of ways to save things in the draft, and we are gonna do some upgrades to help you understand. Not when I say you, it's like plural, everyone, is where the drafts are going. So when you create your content, right? And so this is the first whatever. When you click, there are a couple of things you can do. One is you can save the post to the library, as I mentioned in the beginning of the call, and you can choose what category you want to put it in. But when you save it, it's an active, useful, or I'd rather usable post that goes into the library. Now, if you don't do that and you click on Save Draft on the right, where that will go, let's do an example here. Let's say we want to do, this is the first of many calls there. So what'll happen is if I click on Save Draft, it'll go in a section called Drafts, which is on the right side, and not the library section. You have to scroll down and you can take a look at the single post section and you'll see the draft there. Then if you want to continue working on it, you can click on Edit and you can, you can change it up a little bit, add your emojis, add your, whatever you need, images and whatnot. And from there, you can also save it to the library. And if you just click on post, it'll actually post from that point, or you can just save it back into the single post section of the draft section. Now, the other thing you can also do is do it as a library post, in which case it's not meant to go anywhere immediately, but it's supposed to be added here. But you can click on Add Content, do the exact same thing. When you click on Save Draft, it'll add it to the draft section, but within the library section. And if you want to take a look at where that goes, you click on the draft section here under library. This will only show you library drafts. It won't show you any single post drafts. which you can see. Now, if you guys have any feedback on the UI and the UX, how this is looking, obviously, by all means, send, let us know now or in the comments or when you see the live replays. But that's where those go. The difference between drafts and main is that when you're scheduling campaigns, you can't access drafts. Main is a main library where all the content is ready to go, ideally, and drafts are posts that are not ready to be added to the main library, which is also important when it comes to RSS feeds. When you're having things in pending, those are not added they're not posts that can be scheduled. They have to be added to the main library. So if I wanted to add, let's say for the example, this demo category here, click on add library, that post is now in the main library and can now be scheduled. You're not really supposed to schedule it from pending or the draft section. Does that help, Alina?
Yeah, it does. That's perfect. Thank you for your great things for all.
Yeah, no, of course. All right, let's keep going. Let's go to who else was next? Ali, I think you came in next, and then Vanessa.
Today.
Hey, welcome. How are you?
Hello from Florida.
Florida, we're in Florida.
Stuart, we're between West Palm and Vero.
So how far from Miami?
Several hours.
Okay, no,
at least 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
I was gonna come by and give you a hug.
This
week. Here's a virtual hug. I was gonna be. This is my third time in Miami this weekend, and they all happen to be masterminds. So shout out to Eric McNeil. Last weekend, I was on a yacht with him, and he's a great entrepreneur. And so I was at his mastermind. The week before, I was at Ty Lopez's mastermind. This weekend, I'll be at Craig Shaw's mastermind, who's also an investor in our company. So holy moly, there's Miami turning into a big scene.
Okay, well, you need to, come up further, up north.
Got it.
We're at the edge of South Florida, so our temperature is still South Florida weather.
Nice. Oh, it was beautiful. So tell us a little bit about yourself, and who you are. What are some of the things you're running into, and how can we help?
We're tax and accounting and tax resolution, helping folks that have tax problems. So I post for 2 different companies, 2 different websites. As I said last time, I use OneUp for Google, and I was using Buffer for years for everything else. Yeah. I signed up for this because I want to get rid of the other 2. I just kind of want to put it all together, and you offer more than they do.
Yeah, no, Buffer's great. Buffer's great. Joel's a great entrepreneur, but if you're looking for a social media management tool, that's the best. You're in the right place.
Okay, so the only other thing I use is Constant Contact for my newsletters.
That's actually up next after MailChimp.
I had MailChimp for Xero, but I got so used to using Constant Contact, and they keep adding so much stuff to it that I think I'll give it till the end of the year, and then I'll reassess after I'm done with that.
Well, you don't want to move too much because how you get your emails is very important to the software that you're using. So for example, in MailChimp's case, they don't really like you uploading massive lists of emails. You can, and that's okay. Right. But what they like to see is different IP addresses. They like to see different times, the contacts coming in. They just want to make sure that it's real. They're real people. They don't like any of these platforms. They don't like you moving from platform to platform to platform, because what they're immediately thinking is that, oh, you got something happen over here and now you're moving over here. You're going to do the same thing here. And because email providers are very sensitive to bounce rates, spam. I mean, it's not the 90s anymore. They're very sensitive. So once you pick one, I would probably encourage you to stick there. To that provider. And plus, Constant Contact is on our roadmap. Jack, I actually noticed that the logo isn't there. Let's make sure that the Constant Contact logo is on our list of integrations and also under settings. Okay. Let's tell Sunil and Ankur to put that there.
Because I don't like using Constant Contact's platform for social media. I just don't think it works out as well. So if I can connect it here.
Well, you're going to need an email. We're not going to provide an email sending capability. We're going to provide the ability to sit on top of MailChimp or Constant Contact. Yeah. So then you're good.
I'm not using MailChimp because I had used that basically for reports, and I was using it just for marketing. Yeah. But the prices went daffy. So I'm actually using Active Campaign now.
Okay.
For my funnels.
Okay.
And I'm going to move the couple of reports that I have at AWeber over to Active, because I think they offer more for less money.
Yeah, they also do have an API. So, hey, Jack, let's add active campaign. Let's take a look at the documentation. Make sure we can do what I'm thinking we can do, and then add it to the roadmap.
Okay, so the question I have is, I was working on Buffer. I said, let me try doing something in Woofy. I'm paying for it. Let me use it. So I did an ad. Do you want my login?
Don't share your login here. We're streaming live to the world. But what's your question? I'll answer that.
Okay, my question is, when I put one in and I had never used, or really never used in my articles, emojis, which I've started to do.
Yeah.
Quotes, which I like, because we have 3 books. Jeff is the author of 3 books. We've got tons of blogs. So I'm going to start taking advantage of that. But what I found happened when I went into, I guess it's on my calendar.
Yeah.
And I didn't notice something didn't post. And that's probably because I didn't like the way it looked. But I noticed I typically do emojis, like at the end of a sentence, I want to put an emoji. And it's not the emojis that I'm seeing when I go into it, but when it came out in one straight line, the emojis in the middle of what I was writing. And then when I went to do hashtags, a bunch of hashtags came up, but because tax and accounting.
I think I know what's going on here. So, and this is good feedback. So let me share my screen. So you see my calendar in HelloWoofy?
I do.
Okay, so what might be happening is when you're typing something, so let's say, let's just take a paragraph here. Let's just take this paragraph from Adobe, credit goes to Adobe for this example. And you see my cursors at the end.
Yeah.
Typically what I like to do is put my cursor in the beginning and put the emoji there, then put my cursor at the end, put my emoji there. And then when it comes to hashtag, let's put some hashtag from Mike. It'll go, it depends on, you just want to make sure where the cursor is. The cursor might be bouncing around is my point. You can throw those in here. And then if you want to switch these hashtags out for something else, not every one of them, but some of them will give you other recommendations.
I mean, because if you look, for what you're writing is great, but when you talk about tax and accounting and tax law and, IRS and stuff like this, I'm not seeing any hashtags for that. There weren't any. So I have my own that I wrote, in the actual article.
If you have your own, and do yourself a favor, put it in the hashtag playlist section. You can add up to 12 hashtags per list, and that'll save you a ton of time. So, like,
where
for example,
do I go to do that?
Just the home. It's the home page, app.hellowoofy.com. Click on home, then click on then click on drop down, and you can add. Click on create a new list.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
so,
then so I can
when you do that, they will be available on the right side right here. And the other cool thing is when you upload graphics, I think we spoke about this before, make sure you have graphics coming out. Click on import images. You can upload up to 30 images or graphics. If you have any words in them, which I'm assuming you have like tips or advice or something, click on image, because you can transcribe the image for you. It can do it. Add the emojis for you at the beginning, at the end, and you choose a category. Let's just say it's Content Masters or Facebook group. And those same hashtags that I was telling you about, you can add them at the end of all the transcriptions.
Okay. So I typically I schedule posts for like a week to 2 weeks at a time. So do I put these all in the library first, or I
always? Always, because you want to come back to them the next month or the month after that and use it again. Because we want to encourage you to not be a hamster on a wheel, use the content again and again. And this is for everyone. Only 5% of your audience will ever see a post, maybe 10%. You want to make sure that you're not constantly creating new posts. And what, like, for example, this one went out earlier today. Whenever I ask for fruits, those who know me well, blah, blah, blah. This is something that is going to be a question I'll ask people anyways down the road is, are you being specific with your ask and your intentions and goals? And so why put it once? I can do it again.
Okay. I think that's what I needed to ask. Thank you.
Okay.
Can I jump in? All right. So we were talking about
jump in or crawl in, whatever you want to do.
Right. You talking about the MailChimp and Active Campaign and all of that. So Active Campaign only wants people that have opted in. If you don't, they'll actually shut you down. So the way that they suggest is you can do all your email blasts or whatever through MailChimp, and then from there they can click and opt into your active campaign. And then from there, you can do the cadence, you could do all the follow-up and everything from within there. That's one way of doing it.
Yeah, at scale,
Well-
MailChimp might catch on to that, but that's an interesting approach. I have not heard of active campaign taking it. Makes, I guess it's to my point earlier. It's like you don't want to move from player to player.
Yeah, they don't want their the IP blacklisted or tagged
exactly.
as spam or junk mail.
IP
So-
address and yeah.
Yeah, the IP. So they are very strict with that. And as a matter of fact, when I was setting up one account, my VA told them the wrong thing, and they just blacklisted, said, "Well, no, you can't use our platform. Goodbye." And I had to go in under a different email address and everything, but I had to straighten it out with them first. But they said, "No, that account shut down. You can never open it up again," or because he said things the wrong way. So yeah, so they are very strict on that. But again, even that with the workaround was do the blast through the MailChimp and then have them opt in to your whatever you're going to do. And that'll go back to the active campaign, the landing pages, or whatever you want to do. So once they opt in, you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah. No, I
So,
appreciate that. All right, so
Yeah.
let's move. You go ahead.
I was going to say, because on Constant Contact, if I'm only using Active Campaign for new business, actually for new leads. But on Constant Campaign, if you download the mailing list, the contact list, and you say you just want those that are opted in, because it's, it's not an express, it's an express opt-in, actually. You can upload, I guess, the names onto, like, say, active, because these are the people that didn't opt out. No, am I wrong in thinking that?
I would have to, first off, I'd have to think about this because each platform has terms and conditions are different. But I think at the end of the day, what you really want to do is stick to one platform, make sure the forms are how you're getting people in. Like, we have a MailChimp integration all over the website. And so different IP addresses at different times and all that stuff. MailChimp's very happy. That's usually my piece of advice is stick to one and make sure that you're not adding people. I don't even remember the last time I manually added anyone into our listserv. If you're not automatically added in through a drip sequence or whatever, it's less headache at that point. Yeah. All right, so let's move over. I know Vanessa's been waiting patiently. Vanessa, tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and what are some of the things we can help you out with. You're on mute though.
Hello, everybody. Good Wednesday.
Yep.
I'm Vanessa, and I run a nonprofit founders club. I help nonprofits start, grow, and build their nonprofit, teach them how to fundraise and all the intricate details. And you answered one of my questions, which I thank you. I was going to ask you about hashtags because they weren't showing up. I'm like, well, how do you do this? So that's great. I have a couple questions. I hope that's okay.
Yeah.
I had a VA. She went in and she scheduled some emails for me, right? And so I need to be able to go in there and edit the emails. And so I was playing around with it today. I think I found how to do it, but I'm not.
Are you talking about emails or posts?
I mean, post.
Okay.
Post. I scheduled my post. And so I think I figured out how to get to them. Is it if I go and look in the calendar and there's a little pencil next to it, and I can click that, and that's where I edit it. Is that the only place? Okay. Okay.
So just for everyone else who's wondering what we're talking about, if you click on the campaign, like Pet Wednesdays, the little pencil with the square paper on the back is edit. X is obviously delete. And that's for any of, also a single post is the same way, like AMA Tuesdays, we have posts coming out. That's, same thing.
Okay. I was trying to figure that out this morning. I was able to find that out.
Okay. How do you recommend we make it clear?
Oh my goodness. I would think that it would be something maybe below the create single post to edit post, because it was really hard to find that. But because there's nothing to tell you how to edit the post. So when you first come on and you said create campaign, create single, maybe underneath it could say edit campaign, or edit post, or edit.
Right here. You mean right here itself?
No. I'm on the first page.
Dashboard.
It says hello, the dashboard where it says hello. Like maybe underneath each one of these where it says create single post, maybe you can have right underneath it another button that says edit single post.
Maybe view posts, and then you can see future and past and okay. All right, we'll have to figure something out too, because we don't want to overwhelm the
I've seen actually, Arjun, you're not the first person. There's a lot of people getting confused and thinking you can only create content by doing the create single post, and they don't even end up using the library. So because those buttons there are kind of quick action buttons for you to quickly be able to do things.
Yeah, the triangle creates a single post out of it, and the edit. Yeah,
I like to recommend that a majority of your posts should be created within a library, even if it's just a single one-off post, because the library will store that content automatically for you. And then you're also able to send it out as many times as you want, right? You can click that send icon, or you can edit it and duplicate it, all the things you want to do, or you can add it into a category for it to be a part of a multi-day campaign.
Yeah, so we'll work on the UI improvements on edit and delete. Yeah, what else you've got going on?
If it's okay, I wanted to ask Roman and Elena, because they did something that I'm going to be doing. Is they did their event that's coming up, and I had a social media person who was doing it, and now she's gone, and I'm like, I'm 2 weeks out, and I need
she abducted by aliens, or what happened?
Must be, I think so.
I hear there's a hearing going on in Congress right now about UFOs.
Right, they're real. So
oh, they're totally. Don't even get me started about conspiracy theories and civilization and
I'm not from this planet. I'm just visiting.
Yeah,
that's why you have the map. That's why you have the map behind you. You can't figure your way out around here.
Right, that's right. Hey, I'm with you. I'm just
Which
a visitor here.
Sometimes we all feel like that. Ali just asked, how often do you suggest repurposing posts? I would say every couple of weeks. I would, because the thing that is important, especially for Twitter, by the way, and we're the only ones that do this, and we have a patent around this, is Twitter doesn't like similar or duplicated content, which is why these scores are loading up right now. We want to make sure that you're not getting in trouble with Twitter's terms and conditions. And so, like, for example, okay, so this went out today. If I wanted to change it up a little bit, let's say I wanted to add, instead of, what are your goals? And so I want to do something else, like what are your motivations? Like, and so that, and then let's say, instead of this emoji, I want to do another one that's going to recommend me. My point is, make some minor tweaks here and there, and then you'll be able to use it within 30 days or even after 30 days. But let's say we want to use a checkbox instead, save it, and it'll reduce the similarity by a certain percentage. And ideally, you want to stay below 95% for Twitter. The other platforms are a little bit more lenient, but as far as Twitter's concerned, you really have to be careful, because especially with the Elon Musk acquisition right now, right? Elon's trying to figure out how much is fake, how much is bot, and that's one of the reasons why they're the most strict in terms of copy. Does that help, Ali?
Yep.
Yeah. So if you're going to do, for example, if you're going to do something like Pet Wednesday, so yes, 97%. So I just have to change maybe like one more word. If you're going to do something like Pet Wednesdays, we only have 3 posts in here, but we alternate every 2 weeks. Like, it alternates, it picks something randomly every 2 weeks. So that's fine. With my AMA post, which is Ask Me Anything, where'd it go? Here we go. We also got 3 there, but I tend to tweak it from time to time, and we'll use variations of it. So if you're going to have something come out every week, just make it a little bit different. Like, you see, these 2 are a little bit more similar to each other, but this one's very much more different. So it's just spinning some words, adding some words, and things like that, and you're good.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's keep. Well, actually, I think that's the end of that. So let me know if anyone else has anything else.
Oh, you never let me finish.
Oh, go ahead, Vanessa.
we stopped with the aliens, and you guys went to left field.
Oh, we just took off from this planet.
Yes.
All right, let's come back. Landing.
Okay. So I was asking Roma and Elena, did they use, since my administrative assistant's gone, did they use HelloWoofy primarily or as their only tool when they were doing their social media marketing over the countdown in 2 weeks, or what else were they doing? And how was it effective? You said it was very effective.
Yes, we were only using HelloWoofy, and that's how we scheduled everything out on the calendar. And we did run into a few little issues, but for the most part, it was all just HelloWoofy in terms of getting the posts posted.
Okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Me too.
HelloWoofy library input. You talked about the library. So you answered my other questions I think I had already as you were doing the demonstration for others.
Yeah.
Thank you, Elena.
And by the way,
Arjun?
let's make once again, Jack, let's make sure that these FAQs that keep coming up again and again, let's make sure, because we're going to start doing office hours and probably like tutorials in between. So we'll answer these FAQs that are coming through Zendesk and our ticketing system, and what you guys are asking for, we'll keep hammering these again and again. So let's get a list of that going, Jack. Roman, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, if it's okay with you, Arjun, if Alina, if you could share our LinkedIn page, that way she could get an idea of what it looked like. Utilizing HelloWoofy for the countdown, she could probably just check our timeline and see how that looked, or Facebook, whichever one you're comfortable with looking at.
Yeah.
If it's okay with Alina, just to put it.
We love customers working with each other. In fact, we're probably going to put I know we are. We're putting a marketplace together where each and every one of you can hire each other, collaborate. Because what's better than working with someone who knows exactly what you're going through, right? Not a bigger, like a huge company you're working with other underdogs. So that's I love you guys collaborating. Yeah,
and just to put it out there, before you know it, Alina's going to be a specialist in HelloWoofy. That's
nice.
That's what she uses every day.
You know what? We should probably come up with a certification course or something, and you guys to get officially. We got to come up with a dog theme, like pod out or dog. No, we have to come up with like some sort of cute theme.
Who let the dogs out? No.
Yeah, who let the dogs out? Certificate, like Academy or something. Oh, I don't know if we can use that. That's like a copyright song. And everything.
Right.
We'll have to figure out something. Yeah.
That's a good idea. We would love to get certified.
The Doghouse Academy.
Oh, there you go.
Vanessa, go ahead.
Too bad we couldn't use Snoop Dogg, the dog pound.
Oh, I'm not too far away from him. One of my mentors knows him. So maybe you'll get him. Anyway, Vanessa, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I noticed that Elena had put in the LinkedIn one, and I was looking at it, and I noticed you guys were talking about your countdown. I can't find it. The countdown part, what you did with HelloWoofy. How far back was it?
We did it for a Cinco de Mayo event that we're putting together. So the 5th of May. So around the 5th of May, before the 5th of May, you would start seeing it on the timeline.
I'm not good at LinkedIn. Can somebody else bring it up for me and maybe share the thing? Because I'm not good at LinkedIn.
Well, usually, so let me. I don't have the link here. Oh, actually, I do have
it in the chat box.
Yeah, I see it now. Let me grab it now and paste it here. Okay.
Yeah, I can learn.
So, you have to log in is the issue. Let me log in real quick. And this. You're probably looking at it logged out?
Probably.
Yeah. Okay. Let me move my stuff here.
I don't know. I don't do LinkedIn very well.
No, it's all good. It's all good. All right. Let's share my screen. Desktop 1. All right. So it's on the right here under posts. You wouldn't be able to see if you don't log in, but if they're talking about a week ago, here's another one. You guys are doing 1-to-1 ratio, so that's good. Yep. So you guys are also resharing, looks like another page or another
yes,
profile?
Sorry. I realized that I just shared the wrong one. The new one is in the chat. You should be able to find it there on the page.
Yeah.
So is this where you guys were putting like I know when you first started talking about like 7 more days to go, 6 more days to go? Is this the campaign you use right here that we're seeing, or is there another place where it showed when you guys had your countdown?
There's a link that Alina just posted, another link, and that should be the activity, and that would show a little bit more detail. Because I just jumped on and took a look at it, and that's
so Alina, you might be seeing a different side because you're the admin. We wouldn't see everything that you're seeing because we're not admins to the account. But as far as the philosophy is concerned, that's a good approach to. In fact, sometimes what I do is when if there is an event coming up, when I'm doing a campaign, let's say in the month of June, like let's say it's 30th is the event, I want to sporadically sprinkle reminders to grab tickets, and then leading up to it, I want to really hammer the fact that it's happening on the 30th. So you may want to spruce it up a little bit more.
Okay. Okay.
And you can choose, you can handpick your dates, you know, 180 days into the future. So like if you want to do this in May, you want to do this in June, and then of course just really hammer around the 30th. That you got a couple of dates there. We got like 3, that's 12. You got 16 dates. Run a 16-day campaign with, you know, make sure you have like 18 posts in there just in case, or 15 posts, and repeat them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Anything else, guys? Anything else you need help with, or anything else you want to share? Cool. Well, guys, whoever is also tuning in, I know there's some people live and also able to see the recordings every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern, unless we let you know ahead of time. We do these group mastermind calls. They're totally free. So that's, you know, just come on in, ask for help, ask for, you know, clarifications, or give feedback. But if you do want to do a paid consulting gig as well, it's $100 an hour with me, and we'll walk through funnels for you, how we raise capital through equity crowdfunding, building a site, building a community. As you can see, you guys are awesome. So you know, you're part of our community, but all of that stuff is also available in your dashboard. So definitely stay in touch and keep giving us feedback. That's what we're really looking for.
Okay.
Cool. All right, guys. Virtual hugs. Jack, anything else on your side?
Thank you.
Nope, that's all.
All right, guys. Virtual